Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I wanted to share a chat with Jim Morgan and myself where we talk about the new Grandmaster Rathe. Now that he's out, how do we see him fitting in this and what is he bringing to the Life Splinter? How is he changing the meta? What cards is he synergizing well with in practice? It's one thing to talk about it before he launched. Now it's new, it's happening, and we can actually have some real world practical examples. And so Jim and I get into it and we talk about it today in this clip. So thanks guys for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless. The big stuff happening. Hey, like there, I haven't even talked about it. So I haven't talked about on my channel at all. Rathe, the new summoner.
Oh, maybe, really?
Yeah. And I mean, wow. Yeah, of course, I talked about, hey, he's coming. It's going to be a big deal. I talked about, you're going to want it, like all this sort of anticipatory conversation. But I haven't, since it's been out, I haven't spoken on its effectiveness or anything like that. Have you had any chats with anybody about that yet?
I haven't had any talks with people, but I know Crypto Llama has put out a video talking about how it's changing a lot of stuff. The defensive capability that White already has and now has gotten even stronger because now they can essentially take care of Magic.
Yeah,
they're pretty much the same degree.
Yeah, I would say that that's true. I think it's I saw his video. I didn't get to watch it yet, but in terms of just commenting on that, like I think definitely Rathe is bringing like a whole new level, a whole new gear of sort of effectiveness to the Life team from you say, the defensive side of things. And they already had that really in spades, right? Like Peak Rider, Chancius the Great, both very defensive in nature. We've talked about how Chancius like really is going to help you win in those long matches. And I think Grandmaster Rathe in some ways is quite similar in that the longer you can stay alive, the more damaging that amplify is going to be in the light with, Thorns or Magic Reflect or whatever. And so I do think him also, Grandmaster Rathe is kind of, if the game goes long, that's a good thing for you. If it goes short, might mean you lost kind of thing.
Yeah. The big thing I've noticed about him is you don't really have specifically for Modern, you don't really have a lot of amazing cards in terms of to give that Amplify like a really good card. I don't think there's a card in White, or I think in future Modern, so Chaos Legion Forward, I don't think there's a card that has multiple of those like reflections.
You'd be looking at a neutral card. So like Cornelius is Modern, and Cornelius is an archer that has Thorns and Magic Reflect. Of course, it's an amazing match, but who doesn't like Cornelius already, right? Like it's not like this. Synergy is great, but it was an amazing card yesterday, and it'll be an amazing card in any context, really.
Yeah, 100%.
And I guess Almo Cambio too, right?
Yeah, I was more so looking for Chaos Legion Forward. I know that there's like really good cards, but like we look at Thorns, and what does Life have? Really, just is it Crystal Jaguar?
Yeah, and is that an oldie or is that an? See, I'm looking on Peak Monsters right now, and I've got it clicked as Modern, and I'm just looking at neutrals and Life, and there's the Zenith Monk is a nice little base level. You should be able to have him, I guess. Blinding Reflector, we talked about how that's going to be a better one because of this new Rathe, and also it has Magic Reflect.
Yeah, the Magic Reflect cards that Life has, I think, are extremely good. Especially since they're super low mana cost, and since you give them Void, and the Blinding Reflector especially, because it also has armor on top of it. It just makes him super strong.
And as far as Thorns, like you say, the Jaguar and the Sentinel, which is kind of expensive. I mean, that's the thing. Like when we're looking for synergies, Cornelius is $100 per BCX. Onyx Sentinel is is $150 probably for a max copy, and most people aren't going to play in diamond, so or even gold, and therefore I'm not sure Onyx Sentinel works for you. Crystal Jaguar is an interesting one though. I think it benefits for 2 reasons. 1, the thorns and the amplify. 2, it has armor out the gate, and that's going to turn into void armor essentially. So it's maybe it's still not. I never liked the Crystal Jaguar. I own it. I don't think it's an amazing card, but it's got a slight buff in this context, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
And the Crystal Werewolf is so amazing. So amazing of a card.
Mm-hmm.
I just also love having the silence on it.